Why would I spend $35,000 figuring it out? I'm just going to figure it out myself. The law of observation. And the law of observation is essentially, there's you and your business, and there's all these opportunities, AKA problems. There's only 4 ways to be able to solve any problem that you come to. You throw money at it, you spend time on it, you get data about it, which is essentially failing forward, or you research it. So when you have an opportunity, when you have a problem, you're like, okay, my intention is to make it so that I have $50,000 a month coming into the bank account, because at $50,000 a month, I know that I'm going to be able to get into my creator mode. If I'm in my creator mode, I'm going to be able to actually do my life's work. And if I can actually do my life's work, I'm going to be able to attract the right clients, the right people, and I'm going to be able to build the right business. I'm just giving, a random example. So $50,000 a month. All right. How do I get the $50,000 a month? So I have 4 options. I can spend money. This is generally, hiring somebody like me to be able to tell you, hey, here's how you get the $50,000 a month. You spend time, which is essentially, I'll figure it out myself. I'll do it myself, figure it out myself. Data, which is essentially a version of the time, which is I'm going to do it, get the data, and then from the data, I'm going to make more decisions, and then I'm going to take those decisions and then just keep making decisions based upon the data that I get. Or I'm going to go and I'm going to research. I'm going to read the books. I'm going to do the courses, do the programs. I'm going to figure out what might work for me. I'm going to go find the frameworks. I'm going to go find more of the scientific, proven stuff, and then figure out how that works for me. So here's what happens and what I found. And so the truth is, just to go back here, all these 4 are good. Right? There's not a bad one. But the problem is most entrepreneurs only use like one of them. Right? So what I see a lot of the time is this. Well, I'm just going to figure it out myself. Right? People are afraid to spend money. They're afraid to research. They're afraid to talk to experts. Recently, one part of my business that I invest in is in media companies. And so I went and I hired, I bought an hour of time of somebody that built a very successful media, actually 2 different people that built a successful media company. Together, they cost probably, I guess, $35,000 for an hour each of the time. One of them I resonated with deeply, and he actually is now on my advisory board to help me be able to build. The other person, he had great content. We didn't really vibe, and that's fine. That's great. Now, why would I spend $35,000 figuring it out? Because by God, I would rather spend $35,000 than even a month of my time trying to figure out what they told me in the span of 2 hours. Why is he now on my advisory board? Because I'm building this and I need someone to be able to help the feedback loop. Because here's the truth. In my life and your life, we make decisions around the opportunity and we're able to collect the data upon it. And then we get the data. And then the question is, well, what do we do with the data? And so this is why I believe what I do is so important. This is why I believe that mentors and coaches and people that help other people are so important, because in every single person's life, this is what they're doing. Like as you evolve as a human being, you're taking data and then you're making decisions. You're observing what's happening and then you're making decisions based upon that. And so the people that I see that have the most amount of momentum are able to take decisions, use money, use data, use research, and use their time to effectively make the least amount of decisions with the highest amount of impact so that they can have the highest amount of momentum with the lowest amount of energy loss. Because if you do something, if you say, you know what, I'm not going to do this because, well, quote unquote, I don't have the money, or I'm not going to do this because I don't, quote unquote, have the time, or I'm not going to do this because my ego, I'm not willing to, get help from somebody else, right? You can fail forward. And in 10 years, the person that failed forward and all the other things could have done the same thing in 9 months. So without the right feedback loop, you will spend years what you can do in a month. And people underestimate this. Anytime I want to do anything, and I've done this for a very long time, and I did it even when I was broke. If I want to know something, I don't go and read the book. I go and I immerse myself to the highest degree that I possibly can with somebody that's already done it. When I was deep into the money mindset work, I hired 3 different people, 3 different perspectives on money to be able to help me articulate a new version of myself around money, because I knew that the old version of money, my money mindset, wasn't going to make it so that I became wealthy. And I've had many mentors and many advisors in my life, still do today, because I know that once I get data, I only know what I know. And I need to be able to know more if I want to be able to condense the amount of time in which I'm essentially making decisions. And time's my most valuable asset. I'm 31 years old and I think I still got a lot of time, but I'm still 31 years old. And every single day that goes by, I don't want to be doing stuff that takes a bunch of extra time for no reason.